media. My writers work hard every day to dig up stories, important information, and during COVID, we were subjected to huge amounts of censorship. They're purposefully trying to keep us stupid, and then we start connecting the dots, and they go, oh, no, that's just a coincidence. Is it? I'd love to see a coincidence someday where we vote these jokers out of office. I'd love that coincidence. All right. Don't go anywhere. I'm Kira Davis. I'm filling in for Dan Bongino, and you are listening to the Dan Bongino Show.
Vet bills piling up? Temporary prescriptions not cutting it? When your pet has an unscratchable itch, dull coat, or fur loss, you do everything you can to help. But the truth is, these issues start with their food. Sometimes pets just need a little something to balance out their bowl. Dinovite nutritional supplements add essential nutrients to mealtime to support a healthy digestive tract, skin and coat, and immune system. Because when your pet is their healthiest self, they're also their happiest self.
We were at a loss until we fight. After just a few weeks, Maggie stopped all the itching and shedding. She had a healthy, shiny coat. Just a huge relief for all of us, but especially.
Get a free probiotics booster with your purchase of Dinovite for dogs by using code DOG at Dinovite.com.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite. Dan Bongino. You're listening to the Dan Bongino Show on the Bay Area's home for conservative talk on your radio and smart speaker at 560 KSFO.
We'll take a look at KSFO traffic.
101 southbound before the Central San Rafael exit. It's an injury crash involving multiple vehicles. One of them a big rig. That's over on the shoulder. The other vehicles are blocking the two left lanes. You're experiencing a 45-minute delay from St. Vincent Drive. In Oakland, 13 northbound at Park Boulevard, Caltrans has that right lane closed for emergency tree work. You're slow and go from traffic. I'm Katie Green.
This report is sponsored by Think It Up. Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
West Coast Men's Health gets real results for men who suffer from erectile dysfunction or Peyronie's. Many of our patients are off Viagra and have told us they feel 20 years younger. And right now, we're offering a free treatment for coming in. Call West Coast Men's Health today and get back to the younger you.
With clinics in San Mateo and Sacramento, call 650-649-7944. That's 650-649-7944. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
It makes a difference when you get your carpet cleaned, get your tile cleaned. I can attest to that. I've had Zero Res come out to my home and think, yeah, I can use this a little clean, probably wouldn't hurt anything. And then, the house looks completely different. You don't realize how gray or brown your carpet has gotten little by little day. That one blew my mind. I had no idea the grout being dirty made such a difference in how the whole room looks.
Speaking of differences, the technology that Zero Res uses is so different from the competition. The other guys clean your carpets by flooding the carpet padding and sucking some of the water out. With Zero Res, you can have great looking carpets in just a few hours and they dry so fast. And oh man, the special is so great. Take it from us, you're going to love Zero Res like we do.
Just make sure you tell them that Armstrong and Getty sent you.
Go to ZeroResBayArea.com and use the code ZeroRes1. That's ZeroResBayArea.com and use the code ZeroRes1. Or if you like, just jump on the website, get the phone number, and ask for the Armstrong and Getty special. It's 30% off. ZeroResBayArea.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through United Planners Financial Services, member FINRA SIPC. Bertucci and Associates, Proxy Freedom, and United Planners are not affiliated.
Are you worried about the future and safety of your retirement plan? Well, you're certainly not alone. And as you prepare for retirement, you're facing a bit of a wild ride in the stock market and lots of happenings in the world that you have no control over. Plus inflation, higher taxes, just a lot to think about. Not easy. And a magic wand won't keep your retirement secure. At Fitucci and Associates, don't invest and forget powered by proxy. Our team can certainly help. Their specialty is simple, helping people develop a solid plan for retirement to help generate predictable income and take a lot of the worry away, which is nice. Check out a free consultation in person at one of our several Bay Area offices or a Zoom meeting, or simply over the phone. Visit Don'tInvestAndForget.com or call 888-PLAN-WISE. That's Don'tInvestAndForget.com or 888-PLAN-WISE.
Managing your online presence takes time, effort, and expertise. It can overwhelm even the savviest business owner. So, Cumulus Boost. We're experts at boosting the online presence for businesses of every type. We make sure potential customers can easily find you and really like what they find. Your website, online listings, consumer reviews, and more. Cumulus Boost. Online at cumulusboost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
Did they get the name wrong?
It's not the Inflation Reduction Act. It's the raised taxes on the poor, middle class, and people on fixed income act. I'm sorry for any misconception.
Get clarity with Hannity, noon to 3 on your radio and smart speaker at 560 KSL.
You're listening to the Dan Bongino Show on the Bay Area's home for conservative talk on your radio and smart speaker at 560 KSFO.
Any questions? Call 8444 the USA to get the answers. 844-472. The Dan Bongino Show.
Welcome back to the Dan Bongino Show. I'm your guest host, Kira Davis. We are pulling into the final half hour of the show. Boy, time does fly when you're having fun. And you know what? I might go somewhere. Life in California isn't that fun these days. So, and I got to get back in this traffic after this show. That's definitely not going to be fun. But it's been a real privilege to be on this mic. As always, I love the Bongino audience. You guys have been a huge support to me, especially when I was running for school board race. I mean, you guys really, really came. I couldn't come through for you. I lost that race for a lot of reasons, and but I definitely gave it my heart and soul because I believe in this country. And despite how crazy things feel and how they look right now, and they are crazy. I said that at the top of this show. Despite all of that, recently, and it was called In This New Year, don't forget to hope. And I think we get so wrapped up in the news cycle and the ugliness of it all, and I'm going to talk about some real ugliness that's going on in just a second. But sometimes we forget to hope. We forget there's still hope. This is Earth. I mean, there still is no other country that I would prefer to be in, that I would prefer to move to. I would prefer no other system. Yeah, things are kind of jacked up right now, but I love the idea that we have the ability to become part of the process. I would say one of my proudest moments as an American, and a lot of you might not know this, but I was not born in America. I'm actually Canadian. I immigrated as a teenager to this country. My father's American, and so I always knew I wanted to be American. And spent a lot of years as a liberal, so a default kind of liberal, as the daughter of hippies, and also when you're black in this country, you're kind of a real patriot, a real lover of this country. And I have to say, one of my proudest moments as an American was standing in the office of and taking the oath as a candidate to run for school board. And you raise your right hand, and then the clerk takes you through this little oath, and you talk about how you're going to pledge to uphold the Constitution. You're going to run knowing that you will be representing the people and representing the Constitution. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I feel so American right now. I can't believe it. And little old me, girls in this little tiny island in Canada, here I was participating in the process, in the political life of the greatest country on earth. What greater privilege did you have? And so we all have that privilege. And we don't all have to run for office, but you have that privilege just being here and having a vote. I know things look dire and feel dire. Hope out there. Congressman Kevin Kiley talked about it when he was on the broadcast earlier. And I think when we have people like my colleague Susie Moore was on the show, and what we do at Red State is important because we're the balance in the media. There is hope out there. So don't ever turn off this show. But 24/7 news cycle, and just engage with your family and go out and talk to your neighbors and, yeah, get involved in the process. maybe do some volunteer work for a candidate or go volunteer at your city council. Do something that reminds you how amazing this country is. We still have the ability to make a difference and make a change. So don't forget that part. All right, now that I pumped you up, let's get to something else very ridiculous that happened. We have been discussing this Born Alive bill. The House passed the Born Alive Act, which would require... Oh, wait a second. We've got... Oh, no. I was waiting to see if the White House was going to make comments on Merrick Garland's special counsel earlier, but that's not it. False alarm. Anyways, so this Born Alive Act is what it sounds like, right? If a baby is born alive as a result of a botched abortion, which even to say those words gives me the shivers. It seems like the most basic standard of human decency. I did so believe we need legislation. But here we are in 2023. So the Democrat Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries had a comment to make about the Born Alive of it, and I just wanted you to hear what he had to say.
They made it clear they're going to do everything possible to impose a nationwide ban on abortion, detonate reproductive freedom, criminalize abortion care, and impose government-mandated pregnancies on the American people. That's what their legislation yesterday was all about. Weak in extreme MAGA Republican land.
So much. Detonate reproductive rights. I mean, reproductive rights is a ridiculous term anyway. There's no such thing as there's human rights. You know, I always hate it when we talk about social justice, because especially as a Christian, just one type of justice. Social justice sort of makes these tiers of justice as if it's a yes or no equation. You have it or you don't, and that is it. And this idea of like reproductive right, no, there's human rights. You have human rights or you don't. Human rights. Well, obviously, as a patriotic American and a Christian, I believe that your human rights start at the moment of conception. That just because you don't look the way we think humans form, that, you know, eventually we all have, right, as adults. As I'm an adult woman sitting in this chair, I didn't start out that way, though. Just because someone looks different or communicates differently doesn't mean they don't have their human rights. To me, this is an respect of rights, and I know I'm not saying anything that crazy right now, but the idea that the GOP is going to kind of is mandating forced pregnancies. This is how you know how vile the opposition is. That this is a death cult of sorts. And I hate to sound hysterical, but I do think that there is a hysterical element to this. Certainly what Hakeem Jeffries said. And now they've coined this term, the MAGA Republicans, which is supposed to be some kind of slur. There's MAGA Republicans and the rest of the Republicans. Like, that's some kind of slur. But they're the ones that are creating this culture of hysteria. They're the ones with the ability to talk about politics like normal and sane and rational people. I've always said, you know, there's never been a time when politics is not ugly in this country. You know, anything about that much is true. There's no such thing as politics that aren't ugly anywhere. That being said, there was a time in this country, though, when you could have political conversation, you could have political differences, and you weren't labeled or a monster or hashtag literally Hitler because you voted for a Republican or you conversations at the dinner table. And now we hear story after story of some millennial or some Gen Zer going, I cut off my mom because she voted for Donald Trump, and I just can't ever trust her with anything again. You've known this person your whole life. You've known who they've given to and who they've loved. Who they are as a person, and yet one vote, you've decided their entire value as a human being. We didn't used to think that way. It wasn't always that way. The Democrat Party is fostering this kind of hysteria and this resentment. And obviously, I believe it's on purpose because they see it working. And they have a media that has colluded with them as well. Entire section of the country that's just really bombarded with negativity about the other half. And it's killing discourse. But this idea, like Hakeem Jeffrey sitting there and talking about the MAGA Republicans, they just want to keep you pregnant and barefoot. They force pregnancy on women. Force pregnancy on women? How? That's what I do on my show, just listen to yourself with Kira Davis all the time. Let's draw out that statement all the way to its logical conclusion. Let's dig into it. Forced pregnancy, how does one get... I'm not it's okay, Jim, you don't need to have your hand on that dump button. I'm not going to explain the birds and the bees to the Bongino audience right now. I'm going to assume that most of you know really how people get pregnant. How about this? I'll tell you how to get pregnant. A political party doesn't come to your house and poof, make you pregnant. You don't get pregnant that way. The majority of people, when I say majority of people, women, because women are the only people who are allowed to get pregnant, the majority of women who get pregnant, and I mean 99% of women who get pregnant, do so because they consensually engage in the act that can result in pregnancy if certain precautions aren't taken. So it's not an accident. It's never an accident. It was an unplanned pregnancy. I mean, you planned the thing that led to the pregnancy, right? So it's not really planned. So already they're characterizing pregnancy as something that involves a woman. It just happens to a woman. And then the other thing they're doing is they're characterizing pregnancy, which is the genesis of life. They're characterizing life as a burden. And that is the darkness that is coming from the left. Really disturbs me. Really disturbs me. It's the idea that there is something wrong with life. We even see this for those who are advocating for assisted euthanasia, right? Assisted suicide, euthanasia. In Canada, they passed assisted suicide, and now the slippery slope is for real. And now they're or allowing assisted suicide for people who are just suffering depression. One woman, she is a veteran, and she's been asking for a chairlift for her stairs in Canada. A Canadian woman, I think she was in She wanted a chairlift. She's in a lot of pain, injuries she sustained as a veteran, and she just wanted a chair to get up and down her stairs in her own house. She's been petitioning the Canadian government for years to get this chair, and they keep ignoring her request. Finally, she got through to someone at Veterans Affairs, and they said, maybe if you're in so much pain, this is what they told her, maybe if you're in so much pain, we could assist you in suicide. We can't get you this chairlift now, but we can assist you in killing yourself. That's where this leads. That's why it is important to protect life. That's why abortion is important. It isn't just a matter of privacy or what you do with your own body. It envelops a whole energy, a whole system of values that can destroy a country or uplift a country. If we don't value life at its most, we're not going to value it all along the way, and certainly not when we get to a point where we've got, a woman in her 60s who sustained injuries defending her country and needs help getting up the stairs. It's so much easier when you don't value life at the beginning. It's so much easier to look at that woman and say, well, how about we just help you kill yourself? It's not that serious. Life isn't that serious. There is this attitude coming from the progressive left that there's wrong with life. And that if you have an unplanned pregnancy, that is just the end of your world. That quote, forcing a woman to bear a child, is forcing her into some kind of horrible existence. Everybody, ladies, if you're out there right now and you're scared, you pregnancy, let me tell you that a baby is not the worst thing that could happen. And I know, and you look at these actors, accept their awards and shout out their abortion and go, oh yeah, thankfully I had an abortion and then I could be the successful, rich person that I am now. You look at and say, oh no, now I'm doomed to have this baby. No. A baby is part of that can happen to you. And I guarantee you that for almost all of you, it will be the best thing that happens to you. I'm Kira Davis. I'm filling in for Dan Bongino today, and you're listening to The Dan Bongino Show.
Larry Elder here. I want to talk to you about Tom in Texas, who wrote in about his experience with 100% drug-free Relief Factor. He's in his late 80s now, and he's one of those really active guys you sometimes hear about. Rides a bicycle, works as a flight instructor. Not all that long ago, he thought he might finally have to stop. Lower back and hip pains were after him all the time, it seemed. He'd heard about Relief Factor, but it took some convincing for him to try it. He was skeptical. Lots of people are before they've tried Relief Factor. Thank goodness he did, because Tom's pain is gone now. My friend and I take Relief Factor. Hundreds of thousands of others have tried it, and about 70% of them go on to... If you're looking for a way to get out of pain, please give Relief Factor a try and see what it can do. You're becoming pain-free just might be to order the 3-week quick start for only $19.95. Go to ReliefFactor.com, that's ReliefFactor.com, or call 800-4-RELIEF, 800-4-RELIEF. Feel the difference.
You're listening to the Dan Bongino Show on the Bay Area's home for conservative talk on your radio and smart speaker at 560 KSFO.
This is Larry Fleck, owner of the Floor Store. Our year-end clearance sale is extended for another week, now until January 16th. Get up to 50% off store-wide, interest-free financing for a full 24 months, and no sales tax. Is it too late to say Happy New Year? Floor Store, your Bay Area flooring authority.
Do you suffer from any type of chronic neck or back pain? Whether it's a bulging or herniated disc, sciatica, spinal stenosis, or even bone-on-bone arthritis. You've probably tried most doctors and get little relief, or are told dangerous medications and surgeries are your only option. Dr. John Filippini, the Danville Disc Doctor, more options for your treatment than ever before. With state-of-the-art equipment and an integrative medical office, you can have 80 to 100% relief within a few treatments to a couple of months. Dr. Filippini has helped thousands of patients, but he's never seen such great last couple of years. This is due to individualized treatment programs that fit each patient's needs and budget. Depending on the treatment, insurance may cover some or even all of your program. Call Dr. Filippini at 925-999-4067 to get in on his special, or visit DanvilleDiscDoctor.com for more information. That's 925-999-4067 or DanvilleDiscDoctor.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's so true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch. To the customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health plan. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. Yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Former Navy SEAL Sean Ryan shares real stories from real people from all walks of life on The Sean Ryan Show. Wealth strategist Rob Luna.
If you can solve a problem in this world better than anyone else, you're going to make a lot of money. And that's really what a business's ultimate goal is, whether it's your business or a manufacturing business. It's about solving a problem, making a bigger impact in people. Scale. I mean, I've been trying to scale my business, but I can't find somebody to conduct these interviews.
Yeah. The Sean Ryan Show on YouTube or wherever you listen.
Over 60 and retired? Making ends meet, especially at the supermarket, is tough. BenefitsCheckup.org is a free website that helps you pay for food, medicine, even utilities. BenefitsCheckup.org.
Everyone can boost their digital confidence again. All it takes